Hi there, it's August the 6th already. Time for Proverbs 6. Let's jump over there. And today we are talking about financial entanglements. So, let me do this real quick. There we go. So, financial entanglements and laziness. And he was really big on this subject. Huge. Mentions it all the time. My son, if you have put up security for your neighbor or entered into an agreement with a stranger, you have been trapped by the words of your lips. Now this is co-signing. If you co-sign a loan for a friend who needs some help, you are now indebted to somebody you don't know, somebody that he's borrowing money from, and he is completely free and doesn't have to pay him back because they can come after you. Okay? So he's very much against co-signing for loans. Okay? Do this then, my son, and free yourself, for you have put yourself in your neighbor's power. Go humble yourself and plead with your neighbor. Don't give up. Don't give sleep to your eyes or slumber to your eyelids. Escape like a gazelle from a hunter, or like a bird from a fowler's trap. Now, I don't know how to get out of a co-signing. I never co-signed for somebody, but yeah, but don't do it in the first place, right? Okay, it talks about laziness. Go to the ant, you slacker. Observe its ways and become wise. Without a leader, administrator, or ruler, it prepares its provisions in summer and gathers its food during harvest. How long will you stay in bed, you slacker? When will you get up from your sleep? And this was highlighted before. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the arms to rest, and your poverty will come like a robber, your need like a bandit. Right? Don't be lazy. The malicious man. Beware of these kind of people, right? A worthless man, a wicked man, goes around speaking dishonestly, winking his eyes and signaling with his feet and gesturing with his fingers. You know, this kind of people. Wink, wink. Wink, wink, nod, nod, right? He always plots evil with perversity in his heart. He stirs up trouble. Therefore, calamity will strike him suddenly. He will be shattered instantly beyond recovery. This sounds like a lot of politicians now, doesn't it? Yeah, the power gets to their head, and pretty soon all they want is the power. They no longer want to help. They just want the power. It's like a drug, I guess. Okay, what the Lord hates. 7 things. The Lord hates 6 things. In fact, 7 are detestable to him. And we highlighted these because these are important. Okay? Arrogant eyes. Somebody think you're all that. Wise in your own eyes. Bragging, think you know all that. The Lord hates that, you know. A lying tongue, which is obvious. Hands that shed innocent blood. So those are around. Warmongers, right? These people starting these wars never have to fight in these wars. They're hands that are shedding innocent blood. Right? A heart that plots wicked schemes. Lots of that around. Feet eager to run to evil. Right? Like all these people you see looting stores and stuff. And other people will quickly join in and run to they want to get theirs too. Feet eager to run to evil. A lying witness who gives false testimony. Got those around too. And they're in the news. Been in the news for years. And this one's important. And one who stirs up trouble among brothers. This is a gossip. Okay? Gossip is a huge soapbox for me. I hate gossip. Because somebody will come to you in confidence. I need prayer. I have a problem. Please don't tell anybody. I have this problem. Will you pray for me? Certainly, brother, I'll pray for you. And then you go and tell somebody else in the church, so-and-so's got a problem with such and such. Let's pray for him. He confided in you. Because now that person you told doesn't know that it was told in confidence. And he's going to tell everybody else. And pretty soon, this person's private issue is now known all over the church. It can divide a church. It'll certainly lose you a friend. So yeah, God hates gossips. And that's what it is, stirring up trouble among brethren. Okay. Warning against adultery. Because this was huge back, and it's huge now. I mean, there's adultery everywhere, you know. Hopefully not so much in the church, but back then they really had nothing better to do. Okay. My son, keep your father's command and don't reject your mother's teaching. Always bind them to your heart, tie them around your neck. When you walk here and there, they will guide you. When you lie down, they will watch over you. When you wake up, they will talk to you. For a command is a lamp, teaching is a light, and corrective discipline is the way to life. Right? That's learning what you did wrong and learning how to do it right. Mm-hmm. They will protect you from an evil woman with flattering tongue, the flattering tongue of a stranger. Don't lust in your heart for her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyelashes. Eyelashes. Don't lust in your heart. Jesus said, if you lust in your heart, you have already committed the sin. Think about that. For a prostitute's fee is only a loaf of bread, but an adulteress goes after a precious life. Okay. Now, they had prostitutes back then. There was always more women than men because people wanted a son to carry on the name, so they would keep having children until they had a son, and sometimes they would have 3 or 4 or 5 daughters before they finally got that son. So the women have always outnumbered the men. Mm-hmm. And some were prostitutes. That's how they made their living. They charged a fee. There was nothing attached. Okay? But an adulteress goes after the wife of another man, goes after a precious life. Right? Can a man embrace fire on his clothes, not be burned? Can a man walk on burning coals without scorching his feet? So is the one who sleeps with another man's wife. No one who touches her will go unpunished. People don't despise a thief if he steals to satisfy himself when he is hungry. Still, if caught, he must pay back 7 times as much. He must give up all the wealth in his house. And this is highlighted. The one who commits adultery lacks sense. Whoever does so destroys himself. He will get a beating and dishonor, and his disgrace will never be removed. For jealousy enrages a husband. He will show no mercy when he takes revenge. He will not be appeased by anything or be persuaded by lavish gifts. Right? If you take another man's wife, or the same way, right? If you take another woman's husband, you're committing adultery. Okay? And you've not only hurt yourself, you have somebody else has betrayed the trust of a friend. Okay? It's betrayal. Jealousy is betrayal. It's the worst kind of hurt. Okay? Jealousy enrages the husband, right? He will kill you. You can offer him anything and he won't be satisfied because his trust has been betrayed by his wife. Okay? All the money in the world is not going to make that go away. So, wise words, right? And that's Proverbs 6. Setting up everything for his actual Proverbs. Okay? And we didn't highlight a whole lot. Financial entanglements. Don't co-sign. Okay? If you have the power to help somebody, just help them. Just give it to them. Don't co-sign for somebody you don't even know. You might know your friend, but whoever he's borrowing the money from, you don't know that person. Mm-hmm. Escape from that. And we talked about laziness. Not the ants. I get up in the morning and the ants have been working all night in my kitchen. Okay, they never stop. All right, they got no leader, no ruler. That they're all working in unison. All right. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the arms to rest, and your poverty will come like a robber, and your need like a bandit. Right. Suddenly you're broke, and what do? Right. And the malicious men. There are far too many of these in the world, and it's getting worse as we're in the end times here. Right. A worthless person, a wicked man, goes around speaking dishonestly, winking his eyes, right? Signaling with his feet and gesturing with his fingers. Right. He always plots evil with perversity in his heart. He stirs up trouble. Therefore, calamity will strike him suddenly, and he will be shattered instantly beyond recovery. We're all waiting for that, aren't we? And we have seen some terrible people fall and be shattered and get caught. Right? Someday they will all be caught. Okay. And 7 things the Lord hates and are detestable to him. Arrogant eyes, wise in your own eyes, thinking you know more than everybody else. Okay? You should never think you're smarter than everybody else or anybody else for that matter, because every person on earth knows something that you don't know. You can never be all wise and all knowing. Only God can be that. Right? And if you pretend to be that, the Lord hates that, right? And a lying tongue. Yeah, that just goes without saying. It's very simple. Don't lie. Okay? Mark Twain said, if you always tell the truth, you'll never have to remember anything. Okay, imagine that. Hands that shed innocent blood. It's all these warmongers. Somewhere there's somebody sending all these kids to war. And the main reason they're doing it is so they can sell weapons to both sides. Hands that shed innocent blood. Those people will not go unpunished. All right? A heart that plots wicked schemes. Plenty of that around. Feet eager to run to evil. Right. You run to join a protest, or you run to loot a store. God hates that. And a lying witness who gives false testimony. We see this all the time. People are after money, right? So they'll go to a court and they'll tell lies to try and get money out of somebody when it's something that never happened. Yeah. And it's even worse when the Justice Department starts lying and giving false testimony. They will be severely punished for that. And the most important, one who stirs up trouble among brothers, one who gossips. Okay? Gossip is the worst. Okay? One of these days I'm going to do a whole study on gossip and how much God hates it and the damage that it does. Right? Okay? And this warning against adultery. And he separates adultery. He's talking specifically about adultery, not fornication. Okay? Paying a prostitute is fornication. If you're married, you're committing adultery. But the prostitute is fornicating, and that's different from adultery. Adultery is when you take a couple, somebody God has joined together as one person, and you tear that apart. Okay? That's the whole thing. Right? One who commits adultery lacks sense. Whoever does so destroys himself. He will get a beating. What's this? Or plague and dishonor, and his disgrace will never be removed. For jealousy enrages a husband, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. He will not be appeased by anything or persuaded by lavish gifts. And there are people who have committed adultery who are now in trouble for something they did 20 or 30 years ago. It never goes away. Right? When they're trying to get something done, look how honest I am. Is it? But 30 years ago, you slept with this man's wife. Right? Or this woman's husband. That doesn't go away. Okay? Doesn't go away. So, there you have it. That's Proverbs 6. What's the stuff? Tomorrow, it's more the same. Story of seduction. And how bad it is for you. But we'll do that. Stay tuned for later today for Through the Bible in a Year. We are starting the book of Jeremiah, and that'll go on for quite some time. It's a rather long book, so that'll be interesting. Give us a like if you think about it. Let me know if you enjoy these. I'm going to keep doing them. This is the 12th time through, and we're shooting for 24 times through, so we can memorize. It says to memorize these things, and we want to memorize them and know them. So there you have it. So till later, we'll do it again. See ya.